Shalom, Israel. I wanted to go over one more. Okay, this is Yahushai's words himself. Matthew 5:27. Ye have heard that it was said by them of old time, thou shalt not commit adultery. So it says, but I say unto you that whosoever looketh on a woman to lust after her hath committed adultery with her already in his heart. All right, so I'm going to go into that topic and discuss that, because that's another thing that's actually big among black and Latino men in the hood. We do this thing where we point out a woman, whether it's a picture of her or, you know, from a distance, and we'll say, would you hit that? First and foremost, if you're the person asking the question, what do you get from me telling you whether I would or wouldn't? What are you trying to get out of that? Second, you're literally violating the scripture that I just read to you. Because if you look after a woman and you already decide whether you would or wouldn't hit that, you're committing lust. You're already, might as well, you're already disregarding the idea that she may be married. And if she is, whether she is or isn't, the fact that you're indifferent to whether or not the woman's married before you've already decided to want to fuck her already makes you a sexual deviant. Already means you committed adultery. It already means you're off. And if you're a man of the Lord, if you're in this truth, you probably aren't a man of the Lord if you're doing that. So, you know, I wanted to bounce that information out there, because we do that a lot. I got a friend who's not in the truth, and he does that a lot. Oh, would you hit that? Would you hit that? You know, he'll show you a picture, or he'll be like, oh, would you fuck this chick? You know, so much so to the point where, you know, you almost find yourself having to give an answer. And I be having to tell him, I don't know. And then here's the nigga shit. Niggas will be like, niggas will think you gay because they show you a fine ass chick and you say you don't know whether you hit it or not. Just like niggas say every dollar's not a good dollar, every woman, every vagina, because I'm not talking about women, I'm talking about sex. Every vagina is not a good vagina. You can't just fuck anything. You don't know. Some of these women are taken and don't care. Some of these women are looking for a revenge fuck. And then you give it to them and then you wind up dead because you're fucking another man's woman. Even though she gave it to you voluntarily. So you have to be very vigilant. You can't be sitting here just lusting after. You got to control your lust and your sexual appetites. You know, and another thing that I want to address about this video, I know that there's going to be brothers that are going to be watching this video and saying, nigga, are you a fucking saint? Are you perfect? And I'm going to tell you from the rip, I'm not. But these aren't videos to make judgments on brothers. These are videos to raise awareness for brothers, because these are things that are common among our community. And this is why we can't get it together as a nation, because we don't have any control. We're not deliberate about anything. We're sitting here screwing anything that just pops up in front of us with ass and tits. You don't know what the hell that is. At this day and age, you can't even trust somebody that has a woman that doesn't have a fucking Adam's apple. That woman could have been a man and had that fucking Adam's apple removed for all we know. I don't know. Like, this shit, this system, this world, this life is getting so fucking weird. And I don't want my brothers and sisters to do anything that I got a text from the brother Shamyar about my first video. But But seriously, this life is getting weird. And unfortunately, sex is a portal to the weirdness. And much more is casual sex a portal. You know, so this is the thing, and this is how I stay afloat. I'm single. You know, I don't really see myself getting into a relationship. But there are females that, if I think I mentioned in a video, if I have an itch, they'll scratch it. And these are females that I'm very well, you know, some exes or females that I've been, you know, active with on and off for years. You know, those are the ones that I know, okay, no weird shit. This is it. This is somebody that I know was not born a man. You know, like they're not into the finger in the keister shit. You know, it is what it is. You know, as any person, I would much rather have one partner. I mean, shit, the way my mom loves my dad, I wish that there were that type of love in this world, but it's not. It's not. But you know, it is what it is in this society, in this world. I'm not saying that I'm perfect. In fact, I'm telling you I'm flawed, because again, like I said, I have females that are willing to scratch my itches, but I don't have a wife. I don't have a woman that is my wife. You know what I mean? So I'm not perfect, but I'm also not out here doing all types of weird sodomite adjacent shit, because that's what I would call it. I'm not saying you're a sodomite if you do some of this stuff that I mentioned, but it's close enough where you have to keep a close eye on it. And if you have to keep a close eye on it, that means you have to spend time and you have to put attention that can otherwise be used elsewhere. You know what I mean? So I would rather serve the Lord, stay out of that weird shit, and live a life, whether Lord willing, you know, during my lifetime we get salvation. And I'm saying Lord willing because I don't think I'm guaranteed anything. I don't deserve anything. I really don't. No matter what I do or have done, you know, we have to keep in mind that we have to stick with this till the day we die, if we die here on this side. So, you know, but another thing also, I know that there's going to be brothers that are also going to say the king of pause and no homo is talking about sexual deviance. Yes, because what I pause is sexual deviance. What I speak against, pause is kind of like just for fun and games, right? If a brother say some shit that's pausable, oh, whoa, pause, hey, yo, no homo, like, you know what I'm saying? But this video's serious. This video's not a game, not a joke. This is something that I really would love for y'all to put attention on, because this is something serious and it can potentially become even more serious. Like I said, you can go from being a brother that just likes regular shit to the point where you're making women uncomfortable because you like weird shit. And a lot of times they won't tell you. If I'm pretty sure that nigga that like fingers in his keister, the chicks probably don't tell him that shit. They probably don't say, nigga, what's wrong with you? But as you saw, they'll go around you, they'll go behind your back, and they'll say, yo, that nigga is weird. So I urge you brothers out here to be very careful. You know, you can't just sleep with anything. You sisters too, I'm sorry. I'm emphasizing brothers, like there's not sisters out here getting put into bad situations. And then here's the thing, they blame men, and in a sense, some of us men are to blame. You know, the hopes and dreams that we promise these women to get them in bed, only to discard them like they ain't shit. You know, I gotta admit, the chicks that I've had, you know, over the past few years, I don't tell them. I let them know straight up, like, you know, this is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And it's understood going into it, so there's no hurt feelings after the fact. But anyway, you know, with that, I think I'm done on this topic. I think I've exhausted the topic as much as I can. Shalom.